Yeah, yeah,
like that. Telling people that phony water is back. Like that. Telling people that phony water is back. Like that.
You are into the Dub Show on Sideline Sports Talk Network and City. Live from Radio Row in San Francisco, California. Brought to you by Gates Barbecue, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Dillard Zona Rosa, the Soul of Santa, Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services, and Wood Nissan.
All right, we're back here live from Radio Row. Sunny San Francisco. He keeps looking at me because he's like, you like San Francisco. I know you do.
I know you love San Francisco, man. Just let it out, man.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
It's pretty nice. Come on.
We've had some amazing guests. We have yet another amazing guest, Mr. Nate Boyer, former NFL player, current TV actor. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just enjoying Radio Row here
too, man. Hey, Orange Ranger right here too.
Really? Oh, right on, brother.
Rangers leading the way though. I love it.
They do. We just finish up, you know.
Yeah, they do. All right. What brings you to Radio Row?
You know, so 2015 was the one year I got to play with Seattle, but I grew up in the Bay.
Okay.
I grew up in El Cerrito, right across the water there, right by Golden Gate Fields. My dad was a racehorse veterinarian.
Okay.
So when I was a kid growing up, the Niners dynasty was going on. The year I was born is the first Super Bowl they won, and then they won 4 more that I do remember after that. So I was massive 49ers fan. And then, of course, Seattle's where I ended up going.
Sure.
They're our major rival. But when I got released, that was the year that the Super Bowl was here last time. So my first Super Bowl coming out, doing some of the radio stuff was at that time. And it's just, I've gone every year except for a couple of COVID years just for the week. And it's not that I'm going to every Super Bowl game, but just the week is so much fun. You just catch up with people throughout the league and the sport. And a lot of veterans end up coming out to this too, people that I have in that community. So every year also, this year it's on Saturday, we do this bowl game.
Okay.
And it's called the DAV Bowl, Disabled American Veterans Bowl. And it is athletes, like former NFL players and veterans. And a lot of these guys are amputees that are out there playing a flag football game. And it is competitive. It's not just for funsies. You know what I mean? People get hit. One year a dude knocked Michael Vick was a quarterback of one team. And he got knocked down by this dude with no legs.
Really?
And he's like, Lane, bro. And my buddy who has a service dog was like, that's for the dogs. It was really fun. Vic was cool about it. He's like, man, come on. He's like, I'm kidding.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's just a good time. Like just being able to, and meet new folks, like meet you guys and kind of hear about what everybody's got going on through the week, talk ball, whatever. It's just a blast.
Yeah. How's this transition from, sports, being an athlete? I consider, the military being some sort of an athlete. But how is that transition moving from that and then going to in front of and behind the camera?
It's good. You know what? Like the biggest thing for me, I was lucky to have a football locker room after the military ended. It was my dream. It was like a goal I wanted to go try and play. So, I walked on at Texas and ended up getting on the field as a long snapper and then getting that shot in Seattle. And I didn't even realize it until I got cut from the Seahawks, how much I needed, it helped me having the uniform and the camaraderie and like a mission and a new purpose and something that was competitive and challenging. And then when I got cut, I spent about a year just trying to figure it out. And I just didn't really know where to go. And when, I went back to Southern California where I had lived before the military and I did an internship at a production company. And I'm like around a couple movie sets and noticing, of course, it's not, nothing's the same as the military in the sense of it's not life and death, even football. I love it. It's a combat sport, but the battlefield and the ball field are very different places. Never compare that, but that camaraderie, that locker room, all that stuff's very similar. But what I really needed for myself too was something that was challenging. And when you're on a movie set and Murphy's Law hits every day, something goes wrong, you know what I mean? And you got to figure it out, whether or somebody doesn't show up or cameras ain't working, all this money at stake. And it's like, you got to get it done and figure it out and get creative. I like that kind of stress. So
Yeah.
I think that kind of helped fill
Same.
that.
It take a different individual because
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. But it
Yeah.
take a different individual to kind of like that stress though.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
even on the even radio, you know,
Yeah.
like
Stimulate.
you're putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
which is like, you know, now there's a major risk, but maybe, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
true,
Like,
true.
and people are going to judge you, and like you kind of like, I don't know. It's just there's something about that though that's that I gravitate towards, and I think a lot of people do. I think competitive people do. I think a lot of athletes
Keeps you
veterans
angst.
do.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I love. Yeah.
Yeah.
After being in the Army, jumping out of planes, it's just it keeps you going because you just don't want to die down. It gives you a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you really, hey,
There's adrenaline in there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You're really very.
And then you got to calm down and
Yeah.
focus, and like I don't know. There's something about maybe it's just that's the experience of being alive. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
you
true.
know?
Very true.
Rather than just going through the motions, doing something that you know you could do, you know is easy. You're not really pushing your limits at all.
Yeah.
That's fine. Some people prefer that, but some people are like us.
yeah, we wired
Yeah.
We're a
different.
little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You of course you got the Seahawks. So you think it's gonna be a good game?
I do think it's gonna be a good game. And I think it's gonna be a good game because it's pretty much all new faces on both sides of the ball, right? I mean, I'd say Coach Vrabel's probably the one with the most Super Bowl experience, right? But it's his first year with the team. Drake May's very young.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think if they had Charbonnet healthy,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's dangerous. But, you know, the fact that they don't have the two-headed monster, even though Kenneth Walker's picking up all the slack.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm still a Niner fan, even though I have that Seahawks heart.
Yeah.
And they just walked on us. You know what I mean? They boat raced us. Or
On
whatever
my
they call
birthday.
it. That was on your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They let me know it every minute.
So you're a Bay Area guy?
Huh? Yeah.
You're a Bay Area guy?
Yeah, I love 49ers.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the question.
Are you a Bay
Are
Area
you a
guy?
Bay
Kansas
Area
City.
guy?
But
Don't
I
dance
grew up
around
on
it.
those dynasty years of
Yes.
the 49ers, and I love the Niners.
When Montana came to Kansas City, were you sad about that, or was that cool because now he's local?
He was a Chiefs fan at that point.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was Jerry Rice. I was cool with it because I wanted to see Steve Young and Jerry Rice. And
Yeah.
because Joe was a little bit older.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it will be. I mean, the Pats, I didn't think they were going to get this far. I was
Not at all.
a doubter on Seattle earlier in the year
Yeah.
until they just kept getting better and kept winning. And then even towards the end, I was like, once the Chiefs were out, once the Ravens were out, I was like, all right, it's Josh Allen. It's going to be the Bills versus somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope,
It
didn't
was
happen,
his
you
year.
know?
It was definitely his
And
year.
so now it's like whether they win or lose, I think they're going to be in that game. I think they're just every time they're kind of doubted or they're underdogs. Like, and I know they had that all those stats like historically the easiest schedule and blah blah blah. Valid, but they still won.
It's still the
I guess
NFL.
16 games now if you look at the
Right,
playoffs and everything, 17 maybe. And so yeah, it's still the NFL, and they're in the Super Bowl. They're in the last game, one of the last 2 out of 32. So they have a great shot. If I'm a betting man, which I'm not, I think Seattle's probably going to win the game.
Yeah.
But you never know.
And then let's go back to your playing career again. You were a long snapper, correct?
Yeah, the most thankless job in sports.
Yeah. And so I'm interested because I did a little long snapping when I played the game, but how do you prepare yourself, and especially in training? Receivers have a certain regimen they do, linemen have a certain regimen they do as far as workouts and different things. What were the different things that you had to do in the off season to kind of keep yourself sharp for the position?
Well, I had a very different experience in college. So I walked on to UT. I walked on as a safety. That first year, I ran that on kickoff coverage in one game. But otherwise, I wasn't getting on the field as a safety. I didn't have the speed. I just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, how can I get on the field? How can I help? The starting long snapper and the backup were graduating. So I was like, I'll do that. But I was still in the military. I was in the National Guard, in the Special Forces Guard. And this is back in 2011, 2012, 13. And so I deployed to Afghanistan in the summers. So I would go. That was my off-season prep was done in Afghanistan.
Wow.
So I was doing, I'd get put on a Special Forces team for about 3.5 months. And I would train my butt off when I could, in the weight room every day. I would literally build a little target out of plywood.
Yeah.
Like a smaller hole that was lower for field goals, extra points, and then a bigger hole that was a little bit higher for punts that I would put back at 15 yards. And if I could, 30 minutes a day, just snap.
Wow.
And really, I equated learning the long snap was like learning or being taught to shoot a pistol. Because I barely fired a gun when I joined the military, but now it's like stance, grip,
Yeah.
sight picture, trigger squeeze, all the things, you know, all those little details. And it totally translated to snapping a ball.
Yep.
It's like, regardless of what's going on outside, you know, whether we're up 30 in the second quarter and it's an extra point because we're blowing out somebody, or it's a minute left in the game, we're up 2, backed up on our own 1, and we got to have a good punt to get them out of field goal range.
Yeah.
The snap is the same. You know what I mean? It's the same snap. It's either 8 yards or 15 yards. The everything outside. That's why it drives me nuts when basketball players do not shoot free throws well, and they shoot well from the field. I'm like, how? I understand there's distractions. It's the same shot every gym. So anyway, so that really helped a lot. So honestly, deploying, because it got me away. There was no distractions.
No distractions.
You know, dating anybody. It was like, I just focused on doing my job in the military and preparing for training camp.
And so neither one was harder for you. I think they were. You said they both were the same, but it was snapping for a field goal not harder than a punt.
It was harder in the sense that you have less room
For air.
mistakes, less room for error. Yeah, you got to be like within a few inches, and you want laces up so that it's going to be laces out when he puts it down. On a punt, you still want to be, you know, you don't want that. You never want it below the knees or above the numbers.
Chest,
you know? But and within the body frame, it's basically a strike zone. That's why I describe it to people on a punt. You got that big strike zone. It's farther, yes, but then on an extra point field goal, it's like you got to hit the catcher's mitt. It's not just a strike zone. It's got to be right in the catcher's mitt. So, yeah. And then you got to block. You know, I'm like legs in or locked with these guards. I was a lot bigger then, but not that big. And then, you know, you're just getting bowled over.
Getting reamed every time.
Yeah.
Well, Nate, we appreciate you coming on with us, man. How can people catch up with you?
At Nate Boyer 37 on social media.
Yeah.
MVP, Emerging Vets and Players, a nonprofit I started to help bring together vets and athletes and kind of help them transition.
Yes, indeed.
Vetsandplayers.org is that website. And we've actually talked in the past about getting something going in Kansas City. So I'll keep you guys in the loop when
do that.
When that does happen. But if people want to learn more about MVP, the best way to do it is to watch the MVP movie on Netflix. I directed this film a few years ago. We got, you know, Michael Strahan, Howie Long, Jay Glazer's in it. Tony Gonzalez plays it. They all play themselves. And then there's a bunch of veterans playing actual veterans in the story. And it's really how MVP started, kind of an NFL player transitioning out of the game and a homeless vet living in a shelter, just trying to figure out that next step, you know. So yeah, check out the MVP movie if you get a chance.
So as a veteran, how can I get in the game on Saturday?
Oh, just come. It's davbull.org and you want to come try and play?
No, he was that's the question. He wanted to try to
I think we might be able to figure it out. Yeah. Give me I'll get your contact.
Okay.
The guy that's putting the game on is
I think we spoke to him.
We talked to him yesterday.
DJ?
We talk to him every year.
Yeah.
See, he's one of those.
They're just mad I can still dunk. And I still have it. You know, still got the juice. They, you know.
You know they call it the Weekend Warrior.
Game. You know that, right?
It's a football game.
It's a football game, not a basketball game.
I'm an athlete.
Weekend Warrior. That's him.
I'm an athlete.
Hey, it's Saturday. It's on the weekend.
All right, we appreciate you giving us some time, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, this is the W Show. We'll be right back with more guests.
Views and opinions expressed in the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundation, or affiliates.